Joining us now is Union Minister Rajeev Chandrasekhar, because there are some landmark deals that have been inked, some commitments that have been made both in hardware and software. Rajeev Chandrasekhar ji, namaste and thank you for your time. Big achievement. Let's start with the semiconductor aspect, the Micron investment, not just the packaging facility, but also along with that training and skilling. Both come under your domain, so kindly explain to our viewers.
Look, Anand, as you know that the two things that the Honourable Prime Minister has done in our space, which is one is to expand the electronics manufacturing so significantly and so deeply in the last 8 years, from 1 lakh crores in 2014 to almost 25 lakh crores by 2026. And that, along with the fact that in December 2021, he laid out an ambition for India to become like a semiconductor nation. Over the last 18 months, we have done a lot of work in making progress towards that goal of India being a semiconductor nation, because that impacts our electronics ambitions as well. And yesterday, these announcements, these investment announcements by three very big names in the global semiconductor industry, Micron, which is a memory leader in NAND and memory modules, Lam and Lam Research and Applied Materials, that are two very important companies in the semiconductor value chain. They deal with manufacturing equipment and manufacturing technologies. These three companies have, in a sense, announced big investments into India and reaffirmed their partnership with India as a trusted player in the semiconductor value chain. So I think these three investments are very significant, very tectonic in the way they accelerate our semiconductor ecosystem growth, but also it also accelerates India's growth as an electronics trusted player in the electronics global supply chain as well as the semiconductor supply chain. So very deep, meaningful investment decisions that will go a long way in continuing the momentum of growth of the semiconductor ecosystem in India.
What is the nature of investment that we can expect? We are given to understand that even Foxconn, Vedanta have now been re-invited for a bid. So what's the horizon, investment horizon?
Look, the packaging plant is a $3 billion plant, 2.75 billion to be precise, which is a significant 25,000 crore project. It is extremely significant. It is it's significant not just because it's a big plant, but in terms of what it is going to manufacture. It is going to manufacture NAND and memory modules that will power mobile phones, that will power servers, that will power storage solutions like data centers, and will power laptops. So memory is almost like the bread and butter of every electronic product that consumers use today, and this plant will supply memory to almost all of these categories of electronics products that are manufactured in India. The jobs that are going to be created as a consequence is estimated to be about 20,000 direct and indirect. And similarly, Lam and Lam Research and Applied Materials, two very important companies, are making investments that will create almost 60 to 80,000 very highly talented, leading edge type of talent that will be deployed and that will have the capabilities to work in these very cutting edge areas of VLSI manufacturing and VLSI fabs.
But that was the other aspect, the skilling of hardware professionals, because we are largely seen as a software and a tech-driven company, whereas the soft skills are good, programming skills are good, but the hardware professionals. Is the horizon about creating more than 1.5 lakh hardware professionals with this tie-up with Lam and Applied Materials?
Oh, absolutely. You know that we have already implemented in this academic year a curriculum for VLSI engineers that is aimed at creating 85,000 VLSI engineers from our higher academic network of institutions and universities and colleges. That curriculum was decided and shaped by global industry leaders from the large leading semiconductor companies of the world, and that is being implemented by the Ministry of Education as we speak. So we have absolutely confidence that in the coming years, the talent from our education ecosystem, the youth that are going to come out as VLSI engineers, is going to make India a leader in electronics and semiconductors, in addition to continuing our growth and in a sense a global presence in innovation in IT and ITES segments of the digital economy.
Rajiv ji, the Prime Minister also touched upon agreements that have been signed as far as quantum computing and AI is concerned. When he said AI is also America, India, but we know that there are huge challenges which AI presents. So what's the agreement on that part?
Look, if you look at it, Anand, these 4 areas that are now subject matter in terms of at least the areas of technology, which is high performance computing, quantum, AI and semiconductors. These 4 really are the critical and emerging technologies that are going to disrupt, shape, transform the future of the economy, future of technology in the coming years, in the coming decade. And not only that, they are going to create opportunities of a kind that is unprecedented. So this partnership of India-US is a partnership that is going to deal with these cutting emerging technologies that are going to be so transformative of our lives and of the world at large in the coming years. So I think that is at a broad macro level, this partnership will shape the future of technology in general, and in particular these 4 very, very critical technologies. What are the nuts and bolts of that? I think over time, as our ecosystems interact, our academic institutions interact, as our startups interact, as investors and startups meet, the contours about the many, many areas of partnership and cooperation will emerge. But yesterday was an historic day where US, the global leader in technology for several decades, and certainly the world's most powerful nation, has, in a sense, made India its equal partner in the quest of these 4 critical emerging technologies in the future.
Well, while the Prime Minister got adulation bipartisan across the alley, and there were lots of whistles and standing ovations and claps, applauses for his speech, closer home, the opposition has set the agenda to come together to defeat the BJP. That's just been announced. That's going to be the agenda in 2024. Final question, Rajiv ji.
I can only say good luck. I think people who can't build a bridge successfully despite trying 3 times, and people who have a history of entitlement and corruption, if they think that they are going to be given a mandate by the people of India, the youth of India, to steer this boat, I think they're living in delusion land. But look, it's like I always like to say, it's a fundamental right of people to be delusional, and the opposition certainly should exercise that fundamental right repeatedly and frequently.
Rajeev Chandrasekhar ji, thank you very much. It's indeed great tidings as far as the tech business is concerned. Let's hope that the plan comes into action and fruition sooner than later, and we see these semiconductor facilities on ground sooner than later. Thank you very much, Rajeev ji.
Thank you, Anand.
Well, ladies and gentlemen.